Okay, so now let's get started. First thing first, GBPUSD. I already did this analysis though, so I'm not going to remove my drawings. Okay, so let me just do this. I'm just going to explain GBPUSD. Of course, we see we had a touch, first touch right here, and of course another second touch right there. Okay, second touch, and also now I'm GBPUSD to go all the way up to give us the third touch right here. That's when we might see that price breaking or dropping. Now this is based on the monthly time frame, so let's go. Before we go to the lower time frame, of course I anticipate that this is just an impulse, then this was just a correction. Probably the market gave out a fake out, a fake out. Maybe most people thought that this was the market going down to retest this trend line, but then that was kind of a fake out, and now we see that the market started doing this kind of a behavior. So we need to go to the lower time frame and try to interpret this move and make our decision based on that. All right, so let's go to the weekly. All right. Now when we go to the weekly, the first thing I did see was probably the market was giving me a head and shoulder, but then I won't call that, I won't just base my analysis on this kind of a head and shoulder, left shoulder, head. Now probably the market went to give me a right shoulder, then that's when we should have taken our sell position. But then let's go to the daily and see what the market is doing. We just need to react and analyze the market more. Now when we go to the daily thing, you see that the market gave us kind of a double top right here. That's when it dropped. Okay, this is a top and this is a top. Okay, now since we have a double top, the first thing the next thing you need to understand is that this is a neckline, and if that's a neckline, let's just continue understanding this market. We anticipate that an impulse correction, now of course the market was supposed to go back to give us that's sort of a correction before. Let me just do this, just a minute. I'll hit this replay tool right here. Okay, so now I'll explain once more, because I was anticipating that this is an impulse correction, now correction, then guess what, the market was supposed to drop. But now I keep on saying that we need to understand our price approaching support or a resistance, because we had a resistance level right here. So we needed to understand how price was approaching this level, probably to give us a continuation pattern. We should have taken a buy, or a reversal, we take a sell. So we see that kind of the market gave us a bullish flag impulse. This is a correction. Now we see that the market is going up. So that just tells me that this market has a potential, to go back and retest this level right here. Okay, now if we test that level, if I do this, I hope you guys are going to see this, just a minute. I'm kind of seeing that this market might try to give us an inverse head and shoulder, maybe left shoulder right here. The market gave us a head, and now it's probably going up to give us, to touch that neckline, probably to come back to give us right shoulder. That's when the market goes up. And if I bring out in this tool, we have a left shoulder right here. The market gave a a head, went back neckline. It's going back to give us a neckline. Then I should anticipate a drop to give me a right shoulder. Then that's when we should look for more buy position. But then that is based on the daily. So let's go to the 4-hour. Now this is the answer that we have already gathered onto this GBPUSD. Okay, now since we are talking about inverse head and shoulder, that means we have a higher high, and guess what, this is a correction, a higher low. Then the market kind of went to give us a higher, but then now it's coming back. So when the market opens tomorrow, we should look for bullish now this is the case. We need the market to continue dropping. Then as you guys can see right here, probably the market comes back to give us a reversal, maybe a double bottom. Then now if it takes out that new high, we should take our buy position, targeting this high there. Just a minute, let me admit somebody. Okay, where are you? I can't see that. All right, so let's just continue. I'm sure wait for a reversal. Come on. Should here maybe a bottom or an inverse and inshallah before we take a buy. Or if this market continues dropping, we might see the market does this. Then now we should see the market maybe retesting this trend line, and if we get a bearish property, that's when we should take a sell position. What's this? All right. Okay, so now I was saying before, if the market drops and now gives us this kind of a pullback, we should see that this is now the last low. Now a break below this low, that means that now this market is turning back to bearish kind of a trend, but that's not the case. We just need to wait for reversal pattern right here. That is when Monday comes. At the same time, the market might do this. This is what I was thinking. It might give us a higher low. Then now the market might manipulate us, gives us this kind of a drop. Then that's when it goes up. Then now comes back. Now in essence, it's giving us new trend, something like this, guys. It's kind of expanding that trend. Now let me just show you what I'm trying to say. When we look on the left right here, we see that the market, there's a mini trend right there, something like this. And then guess what? Most people think that the market might respect this kind of a trend, but the market did expand, now giving us the second touch, first touch, second touch, now the third touch. Like I say, if we understand how price is approaching a support or resistance, this kind of an approach is just a continuation pattern, just to tell us that we should only look for buys on GBP US unless this market takes out this low right here. Unless it takes out this low, so it might continue to drop. That is from tomorrow, it might continue to drop right here. So it's still okay if it continues to drop. Now we should look for buy right here, maybe a reversal. That's when we should take a buy. And if we don't get a reversal, then guess what? We don't take any entry. Okay, and if it breaks, let me show you. If it breaks this low with an impulse, we don't do anything. Wait for a correction, and then wait for now a reversal, maybe a double top or a head and shoulder. That's when we go in for sell position. Okay, all right, just a minute, let me admit somebody. All right, let's go. This is GBP USD. Now let's go and analyze GBPY. Let's start from the monthly, guys, to be safe. All right, I don't want to remove these ones because I don't want to get rid of my analysis. This is the monthly time frame. So we understand that GBP JPY had a touch first right here. Let me just use these arrows. We had a faster right there, second touch. So we anticipate that the market probably might go back to give us the third touch. Okay, let me show you. Because impulse correction, all this is just an impulse, so we are in an impulse phase. We anticipate that there's this kind of a anticipation before the market dropping based on the monthly. So now when we go to the daily, in fact, let's just go to the weekly and understand the market more. All right, now we need to understand that we also had a trend right here. And at the same time there was the last this level right. So I'm anticipating that there's going to be a selling pressure right here, before the market pushes, because most people, I believe, are going to think that, oh, this is kind of double top. That's when they might take their sell position. But guess what? When they're looking for sales, we should be looking for buys, guys, before we take the market all the way up. It's good to trade against most of the people. Okay, when people are when majority are taking sales, we should be looking for buys, and when majority are looking for buys, we should be looking for sales. That's the psychology of the market. All right, so this is it. Now when we go to the daily, there are certain zones that we must take care of. Okay, now remember we had a trend. The daily we here touch right here, we also had second touch, third touch, and guess what? Since we have this trend, there's a possibility that the market might come back to retest that trend line right there. Same time, even in our order block type of strategy, those who trade order block, we need to see market took off from. Okay, the market actually went up, then now this is the level of the zone when the market, you know, started moving, going all the way up. So we have those kind of order block. At the same time, there's also this zone right here that we might not ignore. Okay, all right, but let's go to before we go to the 4 hour, I'm anticipating that maybe the market wants to give us a head and shoulder, left shoulder, neckline. Of course, that's the head. Now it's coming back, and guess what? I'm anticipating the market to go all the way up, okay, to give us a right shoulder. And if it does, then guess what? That's a reversal. That's when we drop this market. Now, the moment we drop, then we should look for buys around this area, because we remember we have a trend line right here. So let's go to the 4 hour. All right, now I say understand how price approaching a support or an approach that I had Friday right here, this one. That approach usually, you know, that's a pattern that usually signify reversal structure. Okay, and at the same time, there's also another trend right here, you know, trends inside trends. There's a touch, first touch right here, second touch, and probably the market is giving us a third touch right there before we see what the market is going. So it's going to do. Let's go to the 1 hour and see. Now, based on the 1 hour, we should now wait. So we should look for structures, inverse head and shoulder, or look for a double bottom. Okay, now let me just show something. So right into this channel, of course, we've seen that we only had two touches to the top. First touch right here, the second touch right here. So I'm anticipating now when the market touches this resistance, then it will drop, because, you know, most people, those are now the scalpers, or those who do the analysis based on the lower time frame, they will take their sell position right here. Okay, I remember, like I said before, when most people are taking sales, we should be looking for buys, and when most people are taking buys, we should be looking for sales. So now I'm anticipating that now when most people will be taking their sell position right here, of course their stop loss will be above right here. Let me just show you what I'm trying to say. Let's just have this level marked, something like this, and of course people will be taking, let me just remove this right here. Now people are going to take their sell position, because yeah, that's based on resistance, no? Then drop the market, and guess what? The moment the market takes out people's stop loss right here, then that is where we take our buy position. And at the same time, it might respect this level right here to give us an inverse head and shoulder. I hope you guys are seeing that very clear. Left shoulder right here, the head, and now the market gives us a right shoulder right there. That's a good sign of a reversal, guys. And don't take entries if you don't see any reversal pattern or continue. In fact, even if we have a continuation pattern, before you make an entry decision, make sure there's a confirmation. The last confirmation should be a reversal. Okay, so now GBP done, but just a minute before we look into another pair. Now, if this market respects this kind of analysis, now this is the case. We should see the market touches this level right here, and let me just maybe give us another drawing: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, something like this. So those are the patterns that we should be seeing, guys. And remember, this is just kind of a correction. Now, when the market does this, the same way we did, analyze this kind of a reversal, that's how we're going to take our sell position right here. If it does this, hits this support level, let people take the buy, and then now the moment the market takes out people's stop loss, then that is where we execute our sell position all the way to this zone right here, because we anticipate that this market has a potential to go back to retest this trend line right. And there's what, let me just show you something, guys. I'll remove this and this. Okay, now there's this kind of an approach that I'm still going to anticipate: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. As we take the sell, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and guess what? The same way that we did take that sell, come on, this is it. The same way we did take that sell position and the buy position, this is how we're going to do. Wait for people to take their sell position, because we understand that this market is moving down. Wait for many people to take their sell position, and guess what? Their stop loss, of course, will be above right here. Then after the market takes out most people's stop loss, then that's when we take now our sell position, our buy position, then swing this joint back to this level right here. So if we only trade GBP JPY and GBP USD this week, then it's going to be a good one. That is if the market, you know, respect this anticipation, guys. And if it doesn't do that, then we just continue patiently until we see something. Remember, you don't trade unless you see a reversal. That's when you execute, guys. Okay, so let me see gold. Let's start from the monthly on gold too. Right, gold is crazy, been going up for a while. Okay, we understand this was an impulse correction, or this an impulse correction, so we anticipate, you know, correction, but who knows. Let's see what the market is telling us. Probably a touch, 1 2. Of course, we've not had that second touch based on the daily, because the third touch might take a while before, you know, gold drops. But let's just concentrate on what the market is doing currently. So if I clone this and have it maybe somewhere around this, so it makes sense. Gold has already touched this level. That's why we see that kind of the market is trying to drop. But have we seen a reversal? Not yet. Remember, I've said that you only take entries if you have seen a reversal. If you don't see any reversal, don't take an entry. Okay, so now there's also another trend right here, 1 2, and I can maybe clone this, something like this. So it makes sense. Yeah, gold has taken that high, but that's not a problem. Let's continue understanding the market. Let's go to the daily. All right. Now when we go to the daily, guys, I sense inside trends. Don't forget that. Maybe 1 2, just a minute. There's that possibility too. Okay, just a minute. I'll need to have this right here. All right, so now if you see gold drop, we don't problem that, but don't take your entry if you don't see any reversal structure, guys. Gold just drop. So maybe there's also this kind of a bullish continuation pattern, who knows. Then let's have it right here. So there's that kind of a pattern. Let me see. So that's the 4 hour. All right, now based on the 4 hour, of course, let me see if I can maybe have another trend. Okay, gold did break, no problem. Maybe I should I don't know if I should remove this. Okay, now let's see. There's also this level right here that might act as a support zone or a demand zone, something like this. Okay, now gold just dropped. Okay, so we had a first touch, probably the market, I don't know if we should call this a second touch. Yeah, that might make sense. First touch, second touch, third touch, it dropped, no problem. So we just need to mark this as the last high. Now if gold takes out this high, then that is a good sign that we should go up. Let's go to the 1 hour. But for now, I'm not seeing anything on gold though. I'm not seeing I don't know if let me see. I don't call this as a double bottom, but you know, it's kind of making sense though. It might be 1 2 3, something like triple bottom. Yeah, we should call this triple bottom though. So maybe it takes out this high, this last high. Of course, if it takes out this high with an impulse, we should expect a correction, like a continuation pattern, something like this. Now if we see a good reversal structure, that's when we should take a buy on gold. And guys, if we don't see this kind of an approach, we don't execute. Remember, maybe this is a double bottom, then first TP, this level right here, and of course stop loss has to be below, and target this high, something like that. Remember, if we don't get a reversal structure, we don't take a trade. Okay, even if gold decides to drop, no problem, wait for gold to give us a retest in this kind of an approach continuation, something like this. And if you see the market hits this level, let me just show you once again. I hope you guys are going to remember this. The market drops, let people buy. As they buy, let gold takes out their stop loss, then that's when we execute. That's it. So it's just a two-way traffic, guys. Either we buy or we sell. Okay, so we will just be reacting to what the market will be doing basically. And of course, I believe there are so many. Let me see if we have a news. CPI, now we have Michigan. I don't know, CPI might be next week. I don't know if that's true, next week or next, I don't know which week. So maybe let me try to understand Nas100, the last pair, before we call it a day. Nas100 Nasdaq from 1 month. All right, so Nasdaq has been flying too, no problem. So we have a trend 1 2. Clone this. Makes sense why the market decided to drop, no problem. So there's a flip zone right here. The last high was this zone right here, so that's a key level that we should watch out. This is the level that we should be looking for buy position, something like this. Okay, now that is based on the monthly. So let's go to the weekly now. Okay, already kind of see that the market touched, then it's going up, but let's go to the daily. What I'm this kind of a continuation pattern, bearish flag, I might call this a bearish flag, something like this, right? Then at the same time we see we had a level right here, a support level turned to resistance, no problem. So what if we say this kind of an impulse correction, and guess what, the market touches this level, that's when we look for swing position. Now that is based on the daily. So let's go to the 4 hour and see what the market is doing. Right now we have first touch, second touch, no problem, first touch, second touch, the third, the market went up. So for us to look for sales, remember, we need to make sure that the market has already given us a reversal to take the market down. Okay, make sure the market is done with this uptrend. So what do I mean by that? We should add another trend just be on the side, guys. Where was maybe this one, the immediate one, 1 2, thank you, something like this. So now this is what I'm trying to say. Need the market, of course, first touch, second touch. Now the market does this, third touch, just the same thing, guys. Let the market go up, let people take the buy, and guess what, we have a low right here, something like this. Now the moment this market takes out this low, higher low, then that's when we take our sell position right here, something like this. Then of course stop loss has to be above, and right there, that's when you take your sell position. That is based on the sales, but for now I'm not seeing any kind of a buy opportunity unless this market doesn't take out this low. If it doesn't take this low, then we should look for buy. But I don't want to look for buy opportunity right now because it's not a good amount of pip though. It's a small amount of pip compared to sales. So let's just see how the market is going to react to this analysis on Monday. And of course, I'm going to upload these videos on YouTube, and if you are in my premium group, of course, I'm going to give out the green light when markets are ready to be taken. So I hope that's it, guys. So have a great day. Adios.